Most people are afraid of silence. The moment a conversation slows down, there is a physical pressure to rush to fill the gap. We talk more, explain more, and justify ourselves because that quiet space feels uncomfortable. But while everyone else is reacting to that pressure, the individual who remains still changes the power dynamic. By speaking less, they force others to reveal more. Silence functions as a deliberate conversational strategy. The person who uses it effectively directs the interaction by creating space for the other party to think, speak, and often overextend themselves. By mastering the strategic silence framework, you can replace that nervous impulse to talk with a tool that projects confidence and gives you control over negotiations and high-stakes interactions. Start with your routine, low-stakes interactions. A morning meeting or a casual coffee with a colleague provides the perfect environment to test these dynamics without any risk. Your first task is to simply observe. In your next 3 conversations, let natural pauses happen. Do not try to fix them or jump in with a story to save the moment. Look closely at how the other person reacts to the quiet. You will likely see them fidget, break eye contact, or start talking again just to relieve the tension they are feeling. Notice that when you stop reacting to the silence, the other person's attention centers on you, because you are the focal point of the room. Simply watching others struggle with silence helps neutralize your own fear of it. It demonstrates that you don't need to do anything to hold a room's attention. Your stillness alone creates a gravity that others naturally react to. For silence to work, it must be intentional. If you simply stop talking and look away, you appear disengaged or checked out, which kills your influence immediately. To maintain active engagement, follow these 3 steps. Catch the urge to interrupt, observe the nonverbals, and add a mandatory 1-second pause. First, identify that physical spike that happens when you want to jump in. Instead of following that impulse, shift your focus to the speaker's tone and body language. Once they finish their thought, count to 1 before you start your reply. This deliberate space proves that you aren't just waiting for your turn to talk. When people feel they are being truly processed and heard, they naturally open up and share more than they originally intended. Now we apply this to higher stakes, like a negotiation or a project debrief where information is being guarded. In this scenario, use the awkward gap drill. Ask a direct question and then remain completely silent until they answer, no matter how long it takes. The pressure created by that silence is a psychological force. Most people will try to resolve that pressure by over-explaining their position, revealing their reasoning, and sometimes even correcting their own offer just to end the quiet. Your main hurdle will be your own internal reflex. You will feel a massive urge to speak to end the awkwardness for both of you. To keep your composure while they are talking, use these 3 grounding exercises: the 3-second count, belly breathing, and the anchor. Silently tap your finger to keep a count, breathe deeply to lower your heart rate, and keep your feet flat on the floor to stay grounded. This drill builds executive presence. It ensures that when you finally speak, your words carry more weight because they are intentional and rare. Silence is equally effective in de-escalating a heated workplace conflict or a tense disagreement. The default human reaction to an attack is to interrupt, defend, and fire back instantly. This usually just accelerates the emotional spiral. You break that spiral by using a 2-second pause as an emotional circuit breaker. That pause stops the immediate flow of the argument. It creates the psychological distance you need to stop reacting and start choosing your words. Remaining still while someone else is agitated signals that you are not intimidated or desperate to defend yourself. By regaining control of your response, you shift the dynamic from a reactive fight to a controlled conversation where you decide the outcome. You now have a framework to replace impulsive talk with a calm, executive presence. Use these 4 pillars. Observe the dynamic daily, transform how you listen, use the gap drill for information, and use the circuit breaker for control. In your very next conversation today, when the talking slows down, resist the urge to fill it. Let the silence exist and observe what happens. Mastering what you choose not to say allows you to move beyond being a participant in a conversation and become the person who influences its direction through presence alone.